Hello everybody and welcome to another Ask Joshino Anything, the show where you can ask me, Joshino, any question you so desire. Just some channel updates. So I'm always very open about money and everything, and actually last month, October, we had 600,000 views, which is about $600 roughly, maybe less, maybe a bit more, in ad revenue, which means that for the first time, when I get it, because it's in 3 months arrears, I might have something that's closer to a real wage for once. So thank you everybody for viewing my stuff, and yeah, it's been going quite well. And if you didn't know, I've been doing this sort of YouTube gig full time now, playing games, getting footage, doing videos, and doing well, lots of stuff. And yeah, it's starting to pay off. The fruits of my labour are starting to ripen up, as they say. Also, I seem to have got a bit of controversy the past few days on that summer video, but whatever. It's quite funny at the moment actually, because there's like 1,300 likes and 1,300 dislikes, and it's almost neutral. And if you haven't seen that Futurama episode where there's the neutral planets, I don't feel strongly one way or another. It's something like that anyway. So let's get on to the question. Nick Haley asks, what do you think of season passes in games? And to be honest with you, I think the whole DLC culture, splitting everything up, pre-ordering all of that, is a massive cock sandwich, and has been one of the bigger toxic things about the gaming market at the moment. It's just so different to what it used to be. The golden era of expansion packs that added basically a whole new game to experience. Now, things like Star Wars Battlefront really take the piss in releasing so few maps, giving really a game that isn't fully complete, and selling off the little chunks for extra money. It just really seems like money grabbing. But then again, the AAA titles are costing more to make, and they're trying to get money any way that they can. So yeah, to sum it up, cock sandwich is my opinion on pre-season passes and any sort of like pre-order DLC. And even pre-ordering is a bit of a dick in the bag now, especially with giving journalists, even myself, 1 day to review a game. Like, it was nice I got Titanfall 2, but I couldn't even download it in time to do a review or to even look at it. But yeah, that's something else. Jez Shapat says, tell me when you were last an a-hole in a game. And I think actually for the past year or so I've been quite good at controlling my anger, because I've been more aware of it as a sort of YouTuber and not celebrity, but you sort of think about what you're going to say more than what I used to. And maybe when I get angry now I sort of go, Josh, come on, you don't need to say that. But I do remember quite a long time ago in PlanetSide 2, maybe a year and a half ago or even more, there was one time where I got team killed twice by a guy, and I'm almost certain it was actually by mistake, but then I team killed them and then went to the spawn room and killed them, and like I was raging. I don't know even why. It was like I just lost it to the anger, and I think that's quite easy to do. But yeah, that's probably the last time I've actually like raged out at somebody and like been horrible. Even in like MOBAs when I play Dota 2 and we're doing badly, I'm the sort of the guy to laugh now, whereas my friends might tilt. Roland McDonald says, have you ever used a dildo? And I haven't used one in any sexual experiments or anything like that, but I have. My friend used to have a dildo in their apartment that's stuck to walls, and they used to throw around the apartment, and you'd often go in and look up and there'd just be a dildo hanging off of the ceiling. It was quite funny, but no, not in a sexual sort of way. My name is Jem says, wait, let's look at this. I rate you 8 out of 8, mate. Great. K, mate. Yeah, mate, I'm K. Rate you 8 out of 8 too, mate. Yeah, mate. Adman Toronto says, what's your highest level of studying? And it's a Bachelor of Arts. That's my highest. It's basically a uni degree. Zell says, what's the best thing humans have ever created? And I'd have to say computers. In that, I guess the computers goes over everything. I mean, computers are the new source of science, of maths, on the cutting edge, and quantum computers coming but as well, they play out games. That's the big one. John Doe says, when am I going to be able to buy a Joshino t-shirt? I did actually have a t-shirt store set up, but I don't have a design for the t-shirt because I'm not sure on like the legality of using the logo I've got now, because I paid somebody to make that for me. I'm sure that once you pay for something then you have the rights over it, but I don't know. And also I don't know whether it doesn't really work on a t-shirt. Like it would need reworking, and I'm probably not good enough at graphics to do that. But yeah, I don't know if there's enough people to want a Joshino t-shirt anyway. What's your favourite brand of beer? There's something called Thirsty Ferret in the UK, and I think that's the beer as well, and not the make. I think it's like Badger Breweries is the brewery, but it's like a pale ale English beer, I guess. I really like them. Finally, what's your favourite flavour of ice cream? And oddly, actually, my auntie has her own dairy up the road. I live on a farm, but they also live on the farm up the road, and they use their own cows to make the ice cream. And actually, they've got a really nice amaretto and cherry ice cream that is pretty awesome. I'd recommend it. Greek Peak asks, will you do any Paladins 2 live streams? And I can't live stream just because my internet's not good enough to live stream, unfortunately. We have fibre broadband, but because we're in like the middle of nowhere, it's so far away from the cabinet that it's actually reduced to 10 megabits, which isn't really enough to stream, and the upload speed isn't fast enough. It's only like 200 kilobits up. No, not 200 kilobits, 200 kilobytes speed. It doesn't matter, it's like 2 megabits up, I think. 8-Bit Biologist says, what would you like to see in Paladins? Any features you would like to change? What would I like to see in Paladins? More characters, more champions, just to change the meta really. I think there's quite some stagnant meta with basically the frontliners. We need maybe 1 or 2 more to give more options and more meta options as well. And then also, yeah, just more champions and basically all the way through. And also more maps. I just think adding more things at the moment. I'd also like to change the item system a bit. I like to be able to sell some of my items if something's not working out, or I realise maybe mid-match, like you take blast shields early on, and realise actually the Victor's doing damage to me and I need direct damage resistance, so I need to get a Haven. Maybe you could sell your items during the game, but at a reduced amount you get back in credits. Also don't really like the new system where they reward you only for doing one type of thing, and also sort of try and pin you into one role. I just don't think it works at the moment, and the rewards are too heavy, and the solo kill rewards aren't that great either for the flankers. I think this just needs a rework, and maybe we'll see that in OB37. Tudor says, did you get a job? And if you didn't know, I got made redundant quite a while ago. I used to be a charity worker at the Citizens of Vice in the UK. But since then I've been doing YouTube full time. I was actually quite down and trying to get a job and stuff before, but now YouTube's picking up, and yeah, giving it a go. It's just like starting a business, except I don't have any stock, so I've got that going for me and having fun, and I've not really been happier. Marion Quinton says, when will you do a PlanetSide 2 Halloween video? And every year the Halloween event's been the same, and it's quite boring really. The static pumpkins, and yeah, it's just not for me. I just really can't be bothered to deal with the Halloween stuff. I've never touched it. Desmarius says, what's your opinion of Kinessa? Why do I keep getting headshot when she fires nowhere near me? Are you sure it's not when she ulties? Because when she ulties, wherever she hits you, even on the foot, it counts as a critical headshot. So it could be that, but basically when you hear her ulti go off, she'll be able to critical hit you anywhere. But thoughts on Kinessa? She just doesn't do enough damage to be considered a strong enough character to pick in competitive, really. Whenever I see somebody pick her, I'm like, ugh. Not that you're bad, or that I want to blame you, but this is probably not the best pick for the meta at the moment. You have to be amazing at Kinessa to make it really work out, to actually get the damage out. Seal Drop says, who are you voting for? And, well, I'm not an American citizen, so I can't vote tonight, but I'm definitely going to be staying up, watching it all night, and also eating lots of snacks and drinking loads of fizzy drinks to keep me going, and maybe crying in the morning. To be honest, either option isn't amazing, but let's just say I'm not much of a Trump fan. Dr. Definition says, what do you think of a new Paladins champion being added? And obviously we're getting Charlene very soon, which is like a bowman. And yeah, the more champions, the better. D1N0, or Dino, I guess. Can PlanetSide 2 run fine on Windows 8? And I ran it on Windows 8 before, didn't have any problems really. Same with Windows 10, it's just, yeah, it should run fine on Windows 8. Doesn't really matter. Nadeep Singh says, when will the next player spotlight be out? And I'm not really sure. I need to get down to it and get onto the server and do some footage really. But hopefully soon. Scott Bentley says, Joshino, will you try out Atlas Reactor? And I'm not really sure what Atlas Reactor is, so maybe you can tell me in the comment section below. So those are all the questions from you, the subscribers, and be sure to put some new questions in the comment section below for next time, and I do them every sort of fortnight. And yeah, if you want a direct response from me on a video, then I'm happy to oblige on these episodes. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video or you like what you see of me and my other videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like your video if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, and yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Joshino.